When a woman desires you, she won't always confess it with a bold declaration. Instead, her words come wrapped in softness, disguised in curiosity, hidden beneath playful tones or quiet confessions that sound harmless. But they carry fire. And if you listen closely, you will hear desire long before she ever touches you. Because women don't announce what they feel. They leak it through the sentences they can't hide. Welcome to Psychology of Desire. Before we begin, make sure you're subscribed because here we don't just talk about attraction, we decode it. You see, attraction isn't loud. Sometimes it whispers. And if you don't understand those whispers, you'll miss everything. A woman who desires you will say things that feel normal on the surface, but the psychology behind them is powerful. It's emotional exposure, vulnerability, permission, a doorway she quietly opens to you, hoping you're paying attention. One of the most revealing phrases is when she looks at you and says, "Tell me more." A woman who isn't invested will rush conversations, keep things short, avoid connection, but a woman who desires you wants to step into your mind. She wants to hear your beliefs, your scars, your story. Tell me more is not curiosity, it's intimacy. It means your voice is a place she enjoys being. It means your thoughts matter to her. And every time she says it, she's pulling you closer without touching you. Then there's the deceptively innocent phrase, "I feel like I can trust you." Listen carefully. Women don't hand out trust casually. These words usually come after small tests, subtle observations, tiny moments where she watches how you respond to pressure, emotion, and human flaws. When a woman says she trusts you, it means you pass the psychological filters she uses to protect herself. And trust is the doorway to desire, because a woman cannot desire a man she fears. She desires the one who feels safe, emotionally, mentally, physically. That sentence alone means her guard is lowering and her heart is wandering forward. Sometimes desire doesn't sound vulnerable. Sometimes it hides behind sarcasm and challenge. Tell me why I should believe you. This is not rejection, it's emotional tension, attraction wrapped in playful resistance. When she challenges your words, she's trying to feel your energy, test your confidence, taste the strength in your voice. That sentence is an invitation. Show me you're not like the others. A woman who doesn't care won't ask for proof. She'll walk away. But a woman who desires you wants you to convince her without ever begging for her approval. Another phrase comes when emotions slip out unfiltered. "I don't know why, but I feel comfortable with you." That is not comfort. It's chemistry. It's her subconscious lowering defenses before she even understands why. Humans don't choose who they feel safe with. The body decides long before the mind analyzes. This is a psychological confession. You are not just someone she likes. You are someone she feels drawn to. And desire begins exactly there. And then there's the quiet, dangerous phrase, "I think about you. Not you're nice. Not you're funny. Not even I like you. Just I think about you." It's the most honest slip of the tongue a woman will ever give. Thoughts only repeat when something matters, when something pulls, when something tempts. If she admits she thinks about you, even casually, she's already attached, and desire has already taken root. These phrases are subtle, but women do not say them without meaning. Every sentence is a window into what she won't dare say directly. I want you. I choose you. You matter more than I'm willing to admit out loud. When a woman desires you, her words are never random. They are windows into the parts of her heart she swore she'd keep protected. And the more she wants you, the harder it becomes for her to hide it. Because desire is a strange thing. It leaks through laughter, slips through silence, and reveals itself in the sentences she speaks without thinking. One of the most powerful phrases she'll say is, "Where were you today?" It sounds harmless, but psychologically, this is attachment. When a woman desires you, your absence bothers her. She starts noticing when you're quieter, when you pull back, when you don't show up. This question isn't about curiosity, it's about fear of distance. She wants to know if someone else has your attention. She wants reassurance that she still holds space in your mind. Men often mistake this for nagging, but it's actually emotional investment. If she didn't care, she wouldn't notice you were gone. Another phrase arrives when her ego tries to protect her heart. "I was thinking about something you said." This means she replayed your words, not once, but multiple times. it means you live in her thoughts even when you're not around. Women don't sit with a man's words unless they feel something for him. And if she remembers small details, small jokes, small compliments, it's because she's emotionally attached. Desire makes a woman memorize moments, but one of the rarest, most revealing phrases is, "I don't want anyone else right now." She may say it softly, like it's not a big deal. She may pretend it's casual. But psychologically, this is a confession of loyalty. A woman only stops looking when her heart chooses someone. Even if she hasn't officially said she wants a relationship, her mind has already committed emotionally. And if she tells you she has no interest in other men, she's really saying, "I'm already yours. I just need to know if you feel the same." Sometimes desire comes wrapped in insecurity. "Do you even care about me?" Men misunderstand this line. They hear drama. They hear overthinking. But what's actually happening is vulnerability. She wants closeness. She wants reassurance. She wants to feel chosen. A woman only asks this question when your presence affects her deeply because indifference is quiet. But desire is loud beneath the skin. If she cares whether you care, her heart is already involved. And then comes the most dangerous phrase, "I wish you were here." This sentence is intimacy without touch. It's emotional surrender. It means that in her happiest moments and her loneliest nights, her mind reaches for you. If she wishes you were next to her, in her space, in her world, it means she's imagining life with you in it. A woman who desires a man wants him not just physically, but emotionally, mentally, spiritually. She wants the warmth of his presence, the comfort of his voice, the safety of his arms. "I wish you were here" is not loneliness, it's longing. And here's the truth. Women don't speak like this to every man. They guard their emotions with walls, tests, and caution. These phrases are the cracks in those walls. Hidden confessions, silent invitations, emotional fingerprints. The irony, most men never notice. They hear the words, but miss the meaning. Because a woman may never say, "I desire you" directly, but her heart speaks through sentences that seem small, harmless, forgettable, until you look deeper. When a woman wants you, her subconscious does the talking. There's another phrase she uses, one that sounds innocent, but it reveals more desire than any compliment ever could. "Be safe when you go." On the surface, it's just concern, but psychologically, it means she is emotionally invested in your well-being. She imagines you out in the world, and her mind won't rest until she knows you're okay. Women don't worry about men they don't care for. Protection is an emotion that only appears when attraction has already taken root. When she says, "be safe," what she's saying is, "Your life matters to me more than you think." Then there is the playful, dangerous line, "You're different. I can't explain it." This is not a compliment. This is surrender. It means she has tried comparing you to others in her mind and failed. It means something about you broke through her emotional defenses. Women only say a man is different when he affects them on a level they can't logically control. Psychologically, this is desire trying to justify itself. The mind is confused. The heart is loud. And that sentence is a confession of both. Sometimes desire slips out when she tries to hide it behind independence. "I don't need you, but I like having you around." That's not rejection. That's fear of how much she already cares. Women who have been hurt avoid admitting emotional reliance. So instead of saying, "I want you," she softens it with distance. But the truth is, in the second half, she likes your presence, she likes your energy, she likes the version of herself that exists around you. When a woman desires a man, she becomes addicted to how he makes her feel, even if she refuses to label it. Then comes the unexpected vulnerable phrase. I don't usually tell people this. This sentence is psychological intimacy. It means you have unlocked a private part of her, the part she hides from the world. Her secrets, her history, her scars, her dreams. A woman only reveals her deeper self when she wants to be seen by the man who matters. And if she lets you into her private world, it means she desires connection, not just attraction. Another one is subtle but powerful. "I saved this for you." Maybe it's a picture, a joke, a story, something small she wanted to share only when you were there to hear it. Men overlook this, but psychologically it means you have become a priority in her emotional world. She thinks of you before she speaks, before she acts, before she decides who gets to experience a moment with her. A woman only saves pieces of her life for the man she desires. And then there's the rarest phrase of all. I'm scared of losing you. That sentence is not weakness. It's love in its rawest form. Women don't fear losing men they don't care about. They fear losing the man who feels like home, the man who makes them feel safe, the man who touches their soul without laying a single hand on them. If she admits this even softly, even jokingly, her emotions are already deeper than she intended. All of these phrases are emotional fingerprints, signs most men never learn to read, because women don't fall for looks. They fall for presence, for consistency, for how a man makes them feel in the quiet moments no one else sees. If you're hearing these words from a woman, it's not luck. You're inside her thoughts, her routine, her emotions. You've become the man she reaches for without realizing she did. When a woman desires you, her language becomes a map of her mind, revealing corners she normally locks away. Each phrase, each casual comment is like a breadcrumb leading straight to the chambers of her heart. And if you're not careful, you'll walk right past them without realizing their weight. One of the most revealing phrases is deceptively simple. I like it when you... She may leave the sentence unfinished, let it hang, or trail off with a laugh. It's almost as if she's afraid to admit how much she enjoys your presence, your touch, your voice. Psychologically, this is her admitting she is affected more than she wants to be, and letting you in without formally saying it. Desire often comes wrapped in hesitation. A woman doesn't just throw it out, she tests you. She watches your reaction. She wants to see if you notice before she fully reveals herself. That trailing sentence, that's her heart reaching out. Then there's the phrase that appears when she's caught in her own thoughts about you. I wonder what you're doing right now. On the surface, it's casual curiosity, but underneath lies a subtle tension, a pull toward connection. Her mind drifts to you without her permission because desire isn't logical, it's compulsive. It exists in the small mental notes she makes of your habits, the quiet attention she gives to your moods, the way she notices the subtlest shifts in your behavior. This sentence is a confession that you are present in her mental world in ways few others ever are. Sometimes desire wears caution like a mask. I don't want to be too forward here. She acknowledges the risk of revealing herself, but the very admission proves her feelings are intense enough to breach her walls. Women often feel an internal battle between their instincts and social programming. This phrase is an admission that her instincts are winning, even if she's trying to act composed. It's dark psychology at work. The closer she gets to being vulnerable, the more her subconscious shows her true intent. And then comes the phrase that hints at longing even when she tries to hide it. You make me feel. It might be joy, confusion, excitement, or even fear. But emotionally intelligent men notice that she rarely leaves it at you make me feel nice. Her words will tremble, falter, or intensify, reflecting layers of attraction that are impossible to ignore. This is her subconscious pulling your attention into the depth of her emotional landscape, a landscape only a man she desires will ever explore. Another phrase appears when her vulnerability is disguised as teasing. I could get used to this. It sounds lighthearted, almost playful, but psychologically it's a subtle attachment signal. Desire isn't always loud. It often whispers, and this sentence whispers that she is imagining a life that includes you, even if only in fleeting moments. It's an acknowledgement that your presence is beginning to matter in a way she can't fully control. And then there's the most revealing line, the one few men catch. I never thought I'd feel this way about someone like you. It's not flattery, it's revelation. Her mind is comparing, analyzing, and failing to find logic for what she feels. The unconscious desire has outpaced reason. When a woman says this, she's telling you that her feelings are raw, real, and unfiltered, that her attraction isn't superficial, but rooted deep in both mind and body. Every one of these phrases, though subtle, carries a shadowed intensity. They are the language of desire wrapped in caution, curiosity, and the slow, deliberate confession of a heart she can no longer fully control. When you hear them, don't dismiss them. Pay attention. Listen to the music between the words, the tremor beneath the syllables, because desire is not spoken openly. It's lived, it's felt, and it's whispered in ways most men never recognize. And now we arrive at the final truth. When a woman truly desires you, her words become confessions of a heart she cannot fully hide. They are delicate, vulnerable, and electric with meaning. Every phrase, every unfinished sentence, Every question that seems casual is a thread connecting her to you. It's emotional gravity pulling her toward you in ways she cannot rationalize, in ways that leave her simultaneously exhilarated and terrified. You will notice it in the subtle ways she invites you into her world. She will say things like, "I wish you were here with me," not because she wants company, but because she craves your presence. Her mind visualizes you in the moments she wishes to experience alone. When she says this, she isn't merely sharing a thought. She is exposing a longing that she can't contain. Desire is never neutral. It always colors her language. And this phrase is the purest expression of that invisible pull. She will also drop sentences like, "I like it when you notice me," or "I feel safe around you." These are not superficial compliments. They are acknowledgments of a deep emotional exchange, a subtle psychology that says she values not just your attention, but your understanding. Every time she says this, she is revealing her internal map of trust, attraction, and emotional resonance. And the fact that you are inside that map is no coincidence. The beauty of desire is that it is rarely loud. It hides in the pause before a word, in the tilt of her head, in the way she lets her voice linger on certain phrases. "Tell me what you think. I want to hear more from you. You're different from everyone else." These lines are her mind opening like a door, inviting you in, testing whether you are worthy of entry into her inner world. Women rarely give this access lightly, and when they do, it signals a level of emotional intimacy few men are ever attuned enough to recognize. And finally, she might say something as simple as, "I think about you more than I should." At first, it may sound casual, almost like teasing, but psychologically, it is a confession of attachment. Her mind has already decided that your presence, your energy, your very essence matters in ways she cannot control. Desire is not rational. It doesn't wait for permission. It doesn't ask to be noticed. It simply exists, persistent, consuming, and quietly commanding her attention. If you've been paying attention to these phrases, you will start to notice a pattern. Desire is subtle, intelligent, and often disguised as normal conversation. But if you understand it, you can see it clearly as unmistakable as a shadow stretching toward the light. Women don't always openly declare desire, but when they speak these words, their heart has already spoken. So the next time you hear her say something that seems ordinary, pause, listen, feel the emotional undertones beneath the surface. This is not just conversation. It's the language of attraction, vulnerability, and longing. And if you can read it, you will understand her deeper than most men ever will. Thank you for joining me on Psychology of Desire. If this video helped you uncover the subtle language of attraction, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because here we explore the depths of human psychology, desire, and connection. The truths most people never notice, but that can change the way you understand relationships forever. Until next time, watch the words, feel the pauses, and notice the desire that hides between the lines.